Hi there! Welcome back to the Second Chance Garden video. Today is all about my new house plant, Wandering Jew. It's a widely known house plant which you might have seen in a hanging basket somewhere. And I finally got one. I never had this before, and you know, it looks pretty, and I wanted to try growing. Well, first thing first, I wanted to show you what I have here and what I wanted to do about it. So basically, when you get a new house plant, if it's in a good condition and it looks like the soil media is looking okay, it's okay to just leave it in for another 2-3 months before you consider repotting. That's totally okay. But sometimes, you know, some of the plants are not in really a good environment, so you do want to inspect this. So here we go. It's in this 6-inch pot. I don't even know if I should call this a pot because it's a pretty flimsy, like thin plastic thing, which I probably gonna have to take it out and or take this plant out. That's what I meant. And yeah, put it in a new, more sort of proper pot. And it's a trailing plant, and as you can see, there's some dead leaves which you might want to cut away to make it a little bit cleaner. You see, there's a ton of mess here. You know, like just part of the soil is coming out of here. I don't know what's going on. So what I would do is to first cut some excess off and make it a little bit more manageable. Then I would take this plant out of this thin plastic nursery pot and see what I got. Then most likely I have this spare hanging basket, so I might wanted to put this plant in there. So let's start from cutting some of the parts. I'm going to pretty go aggressive with this thing just because, you know, as you can see, it's in a pretty good condition. All right, so let's see if I can just lay it on side. A little rough here. Yeah, I think I can do that. Well, here, this is the part that's kind of bothering me. It looks kind of crazy, so I'm going to just start taking this away. I just wanted to show you how I cut things away from this pot. And I would pause this video sort of as usual so that you don't have to see the same thing over and over. And I will come back after I'm done cutting those excess stuff away from this pot. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back after chopping off some of the excess plant and the dead leaves, and I ended up cutting off most of the trailing parts. And as you can see to the right, this is all the stuff that I cut off. Interesting thing is that some of them actually have aerial roots developed. So if I wanted to repot this to, you know, as a cutting to another pot, I certainly can. And I don't think that this is going to have any issues growing from a new, tinier, you know, smaller pot. So what I wanted to do with this pile, I wanted to go through them and pick good looking ones, and I'll pot them up. Okay, so now this main plant, my original plan was to take it out of this pretty, I don't know, cheapy looking container and put this entire thing into a new pot. But the way it looks like, it looks pretty congested. It looks full, which is great, but it might be a little too congested. So there's a possibility that I may consider dividing this plant. I'm not going to know until I take this out of the pot and see how it really looks like. So what I wanted to do is to take this cuttings aside, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm now ready to take this whole plant out of this container. So here we go. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. You see, I didn't expect this. I thought that this really was the container, and then thinking to myself, wow, this is a really, really cheap container. You see how flimsy it is. But there was another 6-inch, is this 5-inch, 6-inch pot? I see. Well, I didn't know. Interesting. So, but I will still take this out of the container. As you can see, you see the roots are all coming from the bottom, so I know it's overgrown, this container. All right. Well, I didn't really expect this. Okay, here we go. It's pretty tightly packed into this container. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm breaking some of the plants, but let me see if I can continue. Squeeze this thing out. Oh, this is really crazy. All right. It's moving slightly. You might not be able to see it, but it is moving. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I have never seen anything this pot bound. Holy cow. Look, the roots basically formed a shape of this pot. So if you put it down like this, like you wouldn't even notice that there's no pot. This is crazy. So I'll tell you what, I think I wanted to really loosen these roots up, which is going to take some time. So yes, ooh, look at that. I broke off another one, but I'm not worried about it. Anyway, I'm going to post this video once again and I will be back. Ooh, this is crazy. All right, hold on. Okay, so this is after a few minutes of pure struggle, and I ended up dissecting this pot because I just could not loosen anything. Look at this. It looks exactly the same, right? Other than the fact that I cut them in sort of half. Well, this is 1/3 and this part is 2/3 of the plant. Honestly, I really did not expect to see this underneath, so it was good that at least I took it out so I know what's going on. But it changes the whole plan that I had originally. And not to mention, look at this container. So this is the one that this plant was in originally. There's not even a dirt in it because of all these roots. I mean, I'm in shock. To top it off though, if you really look at this, it says asparagus fern. It's a completely different plant name on this label. I'm really confused. All right. So anyway, in order for me to really do anything about it, as you can see, I cut this in half and I don't even know what to do about this really, really tough roots. So basically, I might even just try and get rid of this outer roots and just repot this thing. So anyway, sorry about the constant pause, but I'm going to have to pause this once again, and hopefully I can show you the final product. I will be right back. Hi, so I am finally back from repotting this thing. Who would have thought that it was looking that crazy inside? But anyway, I was able to repot into the one plant into 2 different containers, and I tried to arrange it the way that they look natural, and I think I did an okay job. I mean, this one's got a little bit more breathing room compared to this one, but this one also has definitely a way more breathing room compared to its original environment. So I'm pretty happy with the results. Basically what I did was, as you can see behind, I cut 2/3 of that crazy root structure. I just tear that apart and it just left just a little bit of a root so that they'll have a better chance surviving. But I'm really not worried about them growing into new environment. These are pretty robust, sturdy houseplant, and they're gonna do just fine. But anyway, I will keep you updated on how they grow this summer, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching.